Last time, one legend tried to warn us about one kid.
You need luck because he's very young.
Cristiano Ronaldo saw what was coming for Lamine Yamal, and almost nobody listened. But here's the thing, Ronaldo wasn't the only one. For decades, the men who actually lifted the World Cup have been pointing at the future, naming names, calling it years before the rest of us caught up. And every single time, we found a reason to doubt them. Every time, we were wrong. This is the story of the champions who saw it first, the prophecies we laughed at, and the moments they all came true. It's 2006. A tiny 18-year-old is tearing Chelsea apart in the Champions League. He runs at grown men like they're cones. And one man, watching from afar, says something nobody's ready to believe. That man is Diego Maradona, a World Cup winner, a god in Argentina, and he doesn't hedge. I've seen the player who will inherit my place in Argentinian football, and his name is Messi. Now understand why that was insane to say. Argentina had been here before, too many times. They had a graveyard full of the next Maradona, Ariel Ortega, Pablo Aimar, Javier Saviola, Andres D'Alessandro. Every one of them was crowned the heir. Every one of them was hyped to the sky, and every one of them buckled under the weight of that name. So when Maradona pointed at yet another small, left-footed kid, the world rolled its eyes. Here we go again. Another boy handed a crown too heavy to wear. They thought Maradona was dreaming. He wasn't. Because this kid was different. And Maradona didn't just predict it once. He doubled down. In 2010, now the coach of Argentina, he handed Messi the most sacred thing he owned, his number 10, and he said it to his face. The number 10 is yours. There's nobody better than you to wear it. Think about the weight of that. The greatest number in Argentine history, passed from one legend to the boy he chose, not by the media, by Maradona himself. And then Messi did the impossible. He didn't crack. He collected Ballon d'Ors like other players collect caps.
Lionel Messi.
For the 8th time, Argentina to their 3rd World Cup in Qatar at the end of last year.
He carried Argentina for 15 years, and in 2022, he lifted the one trophy that completes the story. The World Cup, the exact prize Maradona won in 1986. The heir had inherited everything, the number, the armband, the trophy. 16 years after Maradona called it, every word had come true. And here's what makes it eerie. Maradona wasn't alone. The other men who'd won it all saw the same thing. Cesar Menotti won the World Cup as Argentina's manager in 1978. He said Messi played at the level of the best Maradona ever managed. Jorge Valdano lifted the trophy alongside Maradona in 1986. His verdict was even simpler. Messi is Maradona. Every day. So this wasn't one man's wild guess. It was a chorus. Every champion who'd stood on the mountaintop was pointing at the same kid. The people who knew what greatness felt like recognized it instantly. The rest of us argued about it for a decade, and then it happened all over again. Different country, different king, same prophecy, brand new prodigy, same doubt from everyone watching.
Running up for Selko. Here's Mbappé! Oh my word!
It's the 2018 World Cup. A 19-year-old French boy is running at 37 kilometers an hour, leaving defenders for dead. And the most decorated man in football history is watching. Pelé. 3 World Cups. The closest thing the sport has to a king. And he reaches for the highest praise he can give. Mbappé can become my heir. And I'm not kidding. People assumed he was being polite. Pelé was generous like that. So he said it again, louder, just to be clear. He won the World Cup at 19. I was only 17 when I won it. I think he can become the new Pelé. People think I said that as a joke. But no, it's not a joke. That year, Mbappé became the second teenager ever to score in a World Cup final. The first was Pelé. 60 years apart, the same record, the same kind of kid. The king had spotted his reflection. And then came the moment that gives me chills. Fast forward to the 2026 World Cup, the one happening right now. France is on the pitch. Mbappé is on the ball, in his prime, chasing history. He scores his 14th career World Cup goal. And with that single strike, he does something nobody could script. It pushes him past Pelé on the all-time World Cup scoring list. The heir, overtaking the king. On the exact stage where the prophecy was born. Pelé called him the new Pelé in 2018. 8 years later, the kid climbed right over him in the record books. That's not a coincidence. That's not luck. That's a champion recognizing the future before it arrived. But let me be honest with you, because if I stopped here, I'd be lying to you by leaving things out. Not every World Cup winner was a prophet. Some of them were wrong. Spectacularly, hilariously wrong. And the worst offender? The same Pelé. Back in 1977, Pelé predicted an African nation would win the World Cup before the year 2000. It didn't happen, so he moved the date to 2010. That didn't happen either. It still hasn't. In 1994, he tipped Colombia to win the whole thing. They crashed out in the group stage. His track record got so bad that football people started keeping count. One of them was Luis Felipe Scolari, a man who actually won the World Cup as Brazil's coach, and his putdown became legend. I believe Pelé knows nothing about football. If you want to win a title, listen to Pelé and then do the opposite. The striker Romario was even colder. Pelé is a poet when he keeps his mouth shut. So now you've got a puzzle. The same legends who called it perfectly also got it laughably wrong. How do you know which prophecy to trust? Look closer, and the pattern is obvious. The warnings that came true were never vague. Maradona didn't predict an Argentine will be great someday. He pointed at one specific boy and said, "That's the one." Pelé didn't guess a whole continent. When he named Mbappé, he named a single kid he could see himself in. That's the difference. The false prophecies were hopes. The true ones were recognition. When a champion who stood at the very top names one player, that's not a guess. It's recognition. He's seeing something we can't see yet. And almost every time, we find out too late that he was right. That's the lesson buried in all of this. The men who win the World Cup stand somewhere we never will. They've felt the thing the rest of us only watch. So when they point at the future, they're not dreaming. They're remembering. Maradona saw Messi. Pelé saw Mbappé. Ronaldo saw Yamal. Every time, the world found a reason to doubt. And every time, the champion was proven right while we were still arguing. So the next time a World Cup winner points at some kid you've never heard of, maybe don't laugh. When he tells you to remember the name, maybe write it down. Because the people who've touched that trophy have a habit of seeing tomorrow before it gets here. We just keep refusing to listen. If this story pulled you in, there's one you need to see next. Because not every young phenom waited his turn politely. Some of them humiliated legends on the way up. We found the day a 16-year-old walked onto the pitch and showed Ronaldinho no mercy. It's on screen now. And if you want more stories where one quote predicts an entire career, subscribe. That's the whole channel. We'll see you in the next one.